Hey guys, it's your boy Jay from twitch.tv/Jdammit. Today I'm going to talk about some tips and just basic advice for starting a stream. This is like actually my first YouTube video that I've ever just sat in front of a camera and recorded myself. We're on about take 20 right now, but maybe this is the one. So I'm just going to dive right in. This is not going to be a tutorial. This is not going to be like software. This is not going to be downloads that you need. This is just going to be actually what you as a person needs to do to succeed on Twitch, okay? And at the time of making this video, I think we have right around 1,500 followers on Twitch, so it's not like I'm a famous Twitch streamer, but I do know what it takes to be one, and we're gonna get there. So the number one tip that I can give, and I give it to my friends that stream all the time, I tell people this all the time: do not focus on your view count. Do not look at it. We use Streamlabs OBS. There's a little eyeball next to your view count, and you can click it, and that will hide your view count. So the reason I say don't focus on that is because that is the easiest way to get discouraged, is looking up there, seeing that 0, seeing that 1, seeing that 2, whatever. You don't want to see that. You want to see growth every single stream. You want to see things getting better every single stream. You want to see change for the better every time you stream, but realistically, it's not going to happen. Right when I started streaming, I wanted to be an Overwatch streamer. I was a good Overwatch player. I was very passionate about the game. I was like, I'm going to get on Twitch. Gee willikers, I'm going to be the best streamer on Twitch on my first day. People are going to get in line to watch my stream. Little did I know that's not how Twitch works. That's not how any live streaming platform works at all. You have to find growth. And the thing that discouraged me the most right away was my view count. And it didn't until I stopped looking at my view count. It did not ever change. I would always get discouraged by it. If I saw it change up or down, I'm thinking, okay, well, if it goes down, what did I do that made somebody leave? That's the first thing that gets in your head. And the second thing is when your view count starts to go up, you're thinking, well, what am I doing right? How do I replicate this? You don't want to do that. You don't want to have that train of thought. You don't want to have any of that, because that's going to lead to you acting like something that you're not. And that, I think, should probably be number 2 on the list, but I have it way lower on my list of things. But you do not want to be something that you're not at any point in your live stream, because you're going to go back to being how you are as a person, unless you have like an actual character, like a Dr. Disrespect, something like that you actually play a character. That's totally different though. We're not getting into that, but you will go back to being your normal self, and then your viewers are going to be confused because they're going to be like, wait, this wasn't the person that I saw when I came in. You can't please everybody. You can't turn a 3 views go into a 4 viewer. That fourth viewer could come in and they could love everything that you're doing right now. But when you change and you say, oh man, I got to be over the top, I got to do this or that or this because I just got a 4th viewer, I have to impress this 4th viewer. No, you don't. Be yourself, grind it out. People will come in when they come in. As long as there's not just nothing happening when you get there, maybe they'll say something in the chat. That goes on to my actual second point, is having talking points, because when you're a beginning streamer, I'm just going to be real with you. You have to be willing to talk to yourself, and talk to yourself a lot. Now that can be a few different things. You could have, let's say you write down some talking points before your stream, and then you say, okay, well, I've got my list right here of talking points. I'm going to start talking about football. I'm a big football guy, right? So I'm going to start talking about football, and I'll talk about my favorite team. I'll talk about something happening like right now. The draft's about to happen. I'll talk about a draft prospect, something, and just keep conversation going, even if it's just with yourself. Because what's going to happen is when that first viewer comes in, when the second, fourth, whatever, it doesn't matter. When a viewer comes in, they see whatever game you're playing, or if you're just talking, and they see you, or they hear you. If you don't have a webcam, they hear you. And if they just see a game and you don't have a webcam and you are not talking, all they're seeing is a game. If you're not the best, absolute best on the planet at that game, that's not good content, because you have to captivate. You're an entertainer if you're on Twitch, but that could just be you talking. And if you're talking, somebody's going to come in. Let's say I'm playing Madden, football game, NFL, Madden, whatever. Somebody comes in and they hear me talking football while playing Madden. They might give their opinion on whatever it is I'm talking about, or they might just listen. And then once I get a few points down the list, they might chime in and say, hey, what's your favorite team? They might have missed that part. Hey, what do you think about this? Or I disagree with you on this thing that you just said to no one. But it doesn't matter that you said it to no one, because now you have somebody to talk to. And that person now is creating content alongside you. And that is a hugely important part of Twitch, is your chat. But to get that chat, you had to talk to yourself. And so if it takes you writing things down, if it takes you just coming up with random points in your head and you just, whatever you're thinking, just think out loud. Those are a few ways to do it, but also you could just describe what you're doing in a game. Okay, so let's say I'm playing, just Madden's the easy one for me because I play a lot of Madden in the morning. So let's say I'm playing Madden. Well, there's so much that you can see. Well, you need to read everything out loud. Read everything out loud. If you don't have anybody to talk to, read out loud. Because what that does is it just keeps your brain going, keeps your conversational skills just going. And so, you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you say why you did that. I'm going to do this because this, last time this happened when I did this, I don't want to do this again. Like whatever it is, just keep the conversation going, even if it's just with yourself. That is going to be a way to gain a viewer. Because if somebody comes in, let's say you don't have a webcam and you're not talking, what is their incentive to watch that stream? What incentive do they have? What incentive do they have to stay in your channel rather than go find another channel? There has to be an incentive to stay. If I just want to watch gameplay, I can go on YouTube and I can find great gameplay. I can do that all day long. What Twitch is about building the communities and the interaction that you have with the streamer. It's totally different than any other platform, other than other live platforms. But, so you have to have something happening. Now, I'm not saying you have to go over the top and just be like yelling and screaming. A lot of people don't like that. I don't like that. And if you're young and you have let's say a little bit higher voice, I'm not discriminating. All I'm saying is that some people will. And so if you think that you have to be over the top and you have to yell because you see one of the bigger streamers yelling and being over the top and this and that, you don't have to do that. If that's not you, don't do that. If you're doing that to be something that you're not, people will see right through that anyway. That kind of gets into another one of the points I want to make, which is actually be yourself. You are not Ninja, you're not Tim the Tatman, you're not Dr. Lupo, you're not Dr. Disrespect, you're not Shroud, don't try to be those guys. Don't be those guys. You're not those guys. Those guys are the only people that are those guys. So don't try to be them. I would say just focus on being yourself. And if you do that, that puts off the best image to anybody new coming in, is that okay, well, this guy is a fucking lunatic and just screams all the time. But if you're just an actual crazy person and you do that, that's fine. But that better be who you are all the time, on and off stream. You might be super chill and just relaxed. And if you're that way, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a market for literally everything on Twitch. There's a market for everything. Don't be something you're not. So while we're on the topic of let's say not having a webcam, You don't have to have a great webcam. You don't have to have a great microphone. We use a Blue Yeti mic and it works fantastic for everything that we need it for. We started with a Logitech C922 webcam, which you can get for like $80. I don't know how much the microphone is. Heather, my girlfriend, actually bought it. So we now have a Logitech C930 webcam, which is just not that much different than the Logitech C922. So, but either way, like the webcam, just if you want your production value to be good, put a little bit into it and you do actually get back from it. Because for me, if a streamer doesn't have a webcam and they're not doing like some kind of role playing or something like that, where you actually would not want to have a webcam, I'm probably not going to watch that stream. I'm probably not even going to click into it, to be honest. A webcam and a good microphone are really, really sort of deal breakers for me. But that's because if I'm going to watch a stream, if I'm going to listen or watch a stream, I need it to be easy to consume. Okay, so that just means like it shouldn't be hard to look at. It shouldn't be hard to listen to. It shouldn't be annoying at all. It should be smooth. It should just be easy to consume. And so, you know, I mean, and you don't have to have like an $80 webcam if you don't want. I mean, I don't know everybody's, you know, price range, what they can afford, things. Everybody has a different budget. But you also don't have to get everything at once. We didn't even have a webcam for like the first 2 months that we streamed. And so you don't have to get everything right on the same day. You can get a microphone and then you can get a webcam later. It doesn't matter. You do whatever it takes to get your stream started and to get into creating content, because this is going to go into another point, is gaining viewers, gaining followers. It never happens if you're not live. You will never gain a single viewer while not being live. It doesn't matter, you know, if you have 5 followers or 1,000 followers. All right. So I'm just going to keep it small right now. You're not gaining any new followers or viewers when you're not live. And, you know, if you can be live for 8 hours a day, that's what we do. We do 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night. If you can be live 5 hours a day, if you can be live 15 hours a day, be live 15 hours a day. If you have time for that and you're not doing anything else, you should think to yourself, why am I not live? If I'm sitting on the couch and doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing, definitely if I'm playing a video game, why are you not live? Because you will never gain a viewer, you'll never gain a follower, you'll never gain any subscribers, whatever. You will not gain them if you're not live. Now, once you do get like where you're actually making a name for yourself on Twitch and you actually have that platform, yes, people will find you through hearsay, or, you know, if they find you just because somebody was, well, I guess that's hearsay, somebody talking about you. That is one way that people will find you later. But if you just started streaming on Twitch, what are the odds that everybody's talking about you? It's very slim, very slim. So, you know, I would say also, as far as that goes, getting a follower when you're not live, the only way that you're going to do that is by talking about your stream in your personal life. So that would be talking to your family, talking to your friends, let them know what you're doing. Let them know why you're doing it. Let them know how important it is to you. Let them know how your stream is doing. Let them know what has changed, what you're doing, just let them know, because a lot of times there will be people that want to support you, and even if they don't necessarily love your stream, somebody in your family, well, you know, and they might love you. They might want to hang out with you more. And if you don't ever hang out with them anymore because you're always streaming, maybe that'll be an incentive for them to come into your channel. It's not really for me. That doesn't really happen in my life, but maybe for somebody it does. I'm just throwing tips and ideas out there at this point. So now another thing would be, if you are a beginning streamer and you go live for the very first time and you're playing Fortnite or Apex Legends, and at the time of this video, those games are the 2 biggest games on Twitch, and if you play one of those 2 games and you have no viewers, somebody, let's just think about what it's going to take for somebody to find your stream. Somebody is going to have to scroll for a good minute or two. And I mean, you've got guys with 30,000 views. You got guys with 20,000 views. You got guys with 5,000 views, 10,000 views. And then you get down into the hundreds and you've got guys with, you might have 5 streamers that all have between 500 and 1,000. You might have 20 streamers that all have right at 150 viewers. You might like even those streamers with 150 viewers, people are having to scroll to get there. All right. So avoiding the big games is, I would say, one of the best tips that I can give anybody right now. Because if you're streaming Fortnite every day, even if you're streaming it for 15 hours a day, if you're streaming Fortnite for 15 hours a day, I just think that you should realize your time live in a game where it takes people 2 whole minutes to scroll down just to find you. And why are they clicking yours? What makes somebody scroll all the way down that far? All they see is a little, a thumbnail, and they see your name and your profile picture. What about those 3 things is making a person scroll for 2 minutes to click on your stream? Nothing. There's nothing that's making a person do that. And so I would say that streaming a smaller game, that let's say Madden is the easy one for me. Okay, so let's say we stream Madden, right? Well, if Madden, rather than having 150,000 people viewing it on Twitch, let's say it has, 600 in the morning, right? Let's say it has 600 people total viewing it on Twitch. You might think, Jay, you're insane. Why would I want to play a game that only has 600 viewers? That's not where I want to be. I want 10,000 viewers. But you don't have 10,000 viewers. You have 0 viewers. So listen up, buddy, because what you need to do is play games in a range where you are not that hard to find. You need to find games that people want to see, that you are easy to find in. And so let's say for Madden, well, if I have 0 viewers, if there's 20 Madden streamers, it doesn't take that. There's 4 streams on each row. We're still on the 5th row. So you have to scroll down very little, and then and there's our stream. There it is. And so you come in, and normally people who are looking for smaller streamers are very talkative, and they want to have that conversation with the streamer, and they're very outgoing and help you create content, or they, just asking you questions about your life and who you are and what you do and what you stream and things like that. And if you are on Fortnite and somebody has to scroll to the 500th row of 4 streamers, it's very unlikely that person is ever going to find you in Fortnite. That person that found you in Madden might never have found you in a big game category. So right now, we are averaging right around like 20 viewers per stream. And Twitch is really cool because if you go to the dashboard, you actually have a stream summary, tells you your average viewers, shows you a chart, shows you your peak viewers, shows you everything, how many people talked in chat, how many new followers you had, how long you streamed for. It tells you your unique viewers, your unique chatters, your total live views. It shows you so much that there's no reason to focus on it when you're live. You focus on creating your content to the best of your ability while you're live. Check the stream summary after. So you might say, okay, well, at 2 hours into my stream, I kind of peaked and had a little higher view count. Like what was I doing at that time? That is a good way to step up your content, because that's not you focusing on the viewers coming in while you're live and trying to change something or be something different while you're live. That's you saying, okay, I had to have been doing something right at this time. You can go back and watch the VOD and you can say, okay, well, yeah, this was super fun. Whatever we were doing at this point in time was a lot of fun. Whatever we were doing at this time was it was getting everybody involved. People that were coming into the channel were instantly having fun because they were brought into just a fun environment. And so that is captivation right there. That's what makes you want to stay. That is what makes you stay in a channel, follow a channel, come back to a channel, things like that. And as far as coming back to a channel, that sparks another point, is having a schedule. There's a lot of people that have been like, okay, well, I can't really stream during the week. I can only stream on the weekends. Well, it's going to be very hard to grow a channel by only streaming on the weekends. One, a lot of people are busy on the weekends. A lot of people work all week and just make it through the week so they can do whatever they want to do on the weekends. Some people love watching streams on the weekends, and that's great too. I love watching streams on the weekends, but I don't always have time to. And I even very rarely have time to. So I'm a viewer that's there during the week that won't be there on the weekend. And you have to factor that in. So if you can only be live for 2 days a week, well, that's not much of a schedule. And if you're only there for a few hours or whatever, you're missing a huge market of Twitch, where people are getting out of school and then they want to come home and have a stream on while they study, or just get home and relax and watch a stream. They get off work and they want to go home and they want to sit down and relax and eat and maybe watch a stream. They want to watch a stream while they have that relaxation time. And that's me. Even when we get done streaming, like, I'm going to watch another stream. That's me. And so, you have to keep in mind, it goes back to the point of just being live as much as possible, but also being live consistently. So, we go live at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to noon Central Time, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's another 4-hour time block that we do. And everybody knows we're going to be there. If you miss, if stuff happens, everybody knows. You have a personal life. Things happen, things get in the way. We just even recently had just 100 hangups and had to miss like 3 streams. And so, it happens. But when you come back, your view count will be lower, because those people that were expecting you to be there, you were not there for those people. You were not there for their entertainment. You were not there at the time that you are supposed to be there. They might never come back. They might have found somebody else to watch while you were not live. They might have just forgotten about you, because if they only came in once and you said, hey, I'm going to be live at this time tomorrow, and you're not there, well, if they looked for you that one time and you weren't there, well, if they've only ever watched you once, it's pretty likely that they could lose you after that, or they might unfollow, because people don't like being lied to. So just, if you have a schedule, stick to your schedule, or find a way to notify your people that you won't be live. So one really great way to do that is Discord. If you have a Twitter, if you have some kind of way to reach out. I think that they got rid of the feed on Twitch. You used to have a live feed, but nobody ever used it. And so they got rid of it entirely. It was good for smaller streamers, but since the bigger streamers didn't use it, I'm really going to say that that's why Twitch got rid of it, because the big streamers didn't use it. But the small streamers, it was good for. The big streamers, they can go live at any time doing anything, and people are going to watch. And that goes to another point, is it's not always about, on Twitch, who does it better, who does it best. A lot of times it's who did it first. If you have some crazy idea of, maybe you are like a business owner and this is just me completely spitballing, but let's say you own a cupcake shop, all right? And so you want to broadcast that. You want to show people, well, I don't know if anybody else is streaming their business, their cupcake shop that they run, day-to-day operations. People would want to watch that. People want to see stuff like that. People want to see what makes things tick. People like watching people build computers on Twitch. People like watching people, program. I mean, they like watching art. They like watching singing. They like watching gaming. Twitch, there's a market for every single thing on Twitch. It may not be a big market for everything, but there's a market for everything. There is a channel of a plant, and it's just a plant, and it's live 24 hours a day, 24/7. And it is just a video of a plant, and its view count rivals ours right now. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, and there's a market for anything. They're live more than we are. I'll give them that. So anyway, that's just another point though. And let's see if I've got one that I want to jump to from there. From schedule, I will say, let's see. All right. So a huge no-no on Twitch that I have to constantly remind people. We're constantly banning people. We're constantly timing people out. We're constantly having to tell people, stop doing that. If you do that in other people's streams, you're going to be banned and nobody is ever going to think twice. I don't want to ban people. I want everybody to be there and I want everybody to get along and have a good time. That's what it's all about. And so the thing is though, people will come in while they are live, which first of all, focus on your content. Don't be live watching another streamer, because how is that going to help your stream if you're watching another streamer while you're live? If somebody comes in and you're just doing nothing, just watching a streamer on your computer or watching a streamer on your phone, what is their incentive to stay? There's no incentive to stay. So I say focus on what you're doing, but also do not ever go into anybody's chat. You hear me, YouTube? Don't go into anybody's chat and say, come watch my stream. Come play with me. Come do this with me. I'm live right now. Come do this right now. Come see what I'm up to. Do not ever do that. That is the biggest no-no on Twitch. You're trying to steal viewers from somebody else that is on the same grind you are, for one, especially if it's a small streamer. Do not try to steal views from a small streamer, because that's a really good way to get banned, for one. And if somebody leaves my stream to go to your stream, it's probably to troll you, because that is basic Twitch etiquette. Do not go live and then go to every channel that you find and say, hey, come watch me, I'm live. Nobody likes it. Streamers don't like it. Viewers don't like it. Nobody likes it. It's a bad, that if you do find growth that way, it will not be the growth you want. I promise you. Do not do it. But if you are getting people coming in, here's another point. If you're having people come in and you're having a few new people talk and things like that, absolutely remind them to follow, because that's something that I am horrible about. And if your stream is very fun and very just entertaining, and and that person that just came in is having a great time and just enjoying chat, enjoying your other viewers, enjoying what you're doing or talking to you, it's really easy to forget to follow, because you didn't go in there thinking, all right, I'm going to go in and follow this guy, or I'm going to go in and see what this guy's about, see if he's worth my follow. No one cares. No one's doing that. You know, it's like you don't need somebody to prove their worth to you. You just want to have fun. You just want to enjoy their stream. And so it's not a bad thing to remind people to follow your channel. It's not a bad thing to remind people, follow me on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter, join my Discord, because if you join my Discord, you'll have a constant line of communication with me. I may not always be available to talk. I may not always, be available to do whatever, but you'll have that. And that's a good way to stay connected with the community, is following on other platforms and following on Twitch. It's something I used to be horrible about, is reminding people to follow. And I mean, sometimes even reminding people to subscribe. It feels like, everybody's like, oh, have you heard of Twitch Prime? Okay, well, we don't do it like that. If somebody's Twitch Prime sub does run out, or if their sub runs out, I will remind them, because a lot of times they don't think about it. And then they'll resub and be like, yeah, thanks. Because they don't want to lose their subscription streak. And so really you're helping that person out. It feels a little bit like a money grab, but it's really not, because if you're streaming on Twitch and you want to make it full time, that's your job. It's your job. So don't feel like you are grabbing for money. Just feel like you're reminding somebody that they have a way to support you. They have a way to help you get to where you can be full time. They have a way to support your dreams of being a Twitch streamer. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now that we're on the topic of subscribers, subscriber incentives, any kind of incentives, not just subscriber incentives. You get your Twitch emotes, you are able to, you can do like a sub only channel in the Discord if you want. You can do sub games. Like if you play like Jackbox games, for instance, you can play sub games and only let your subscribers in the games, only give them the code to the games. And that way, you know, they have something that they have to look forward to. You can do point systems in your chat for watch time or for subscribing or following or hosting or rating or donating or anything like that. You can earn points. You can do that through Stream Elements or, you know, whatever bot you use. You can do a point system based on the thing, just everything and anything that anybody does. And so what you can do with that, then you have a stream store. And so like for us, let's say we are playing Resident Evil. And this is pretty specific to us because there's 2 of us. But let's just say somebody takes we call them J-Dimes. We're J-Damn-it. We call our currency J-Dimes. And let's say they take their J-Dimes and they go purchase blindfolding for 5 minutes in the store with the points that they've accrued through watch time, through subscribing, through donating. Subscribers get 3 times as much just for watch time. So that's incentive alone. So, you know, these people that are subscribed, now they can basically torture us. And so I go full blindfold mode, and Heather, my girlfriend who we stream together at night, she guides me through the game. And so that right there, those incentives to get people involved, to keep people active in the chat, to keep people, you can duel your points, you can do all this and that. And so it's incentive to, even if you can't watch all the time, it's incentive to keep the stream up, which adds a viewer, which moves you up on the list, which, you know, it's just 100%, it all plays into each other. All right. And so as far as, you know, the view count goes, I talked about it a little bit, but I want to get back to a little bit of like the average view count of the games, like per se, like we are looking for right now. So when I decide what game I'm going to stream, all right, I'm going to go and I'm going to look on Twitch at the hours that we stream on a day that we don't stream. So I'm going to say, okay, well, this game has 700 viewers. Well, if you click into that game and it's got 700 viewers, let's say the top streamer has 100 viewers and then the next streamer has 50 viewers. That's only 150 out of the 700. And then there's like 10 more streamers. That's a perfect game for you because that's going to make your stream very accessible. Now, if you click into a game that has 700 viewers and 690 of those viewers are watching one stream, that is not a game for you, because as soon as that streamer's done on that game, that streamer's going to go play a different game and you're going to be all alone in a game that nobody is watching. They wanted to watch that person that had 690 out of 700. They were watching that person. They're not looking for that game. You know, for instance, like it always goes back to Madden, it feels like right now, but Madden is a game that people enjoy football. People enjoy Madden. They want to see, you know, the growth of, it's something that is never ending, because with Madden Ultimate Team, like you're always growing with your team. There's always something new to do. There's always something to do. And so people watch Madden. Not a lot of people, but people watch Madden. And so, you know, you can, if you're in Madden, you're never very far down the list because the list isn't that long. But if there's 700 viewers, they're all very spread out. Another one that I'm looking at right now is Monster Hunter World. That one is a game where if it has 1,000 viewers, you know, that person at the top doesn't have 800 of them. And then there's just 2 or 3 streamers. That person at the top has, let's say, 300-400 of them. And then all the rest of the 1,000 is spread out between everybody. And it's easier to be higher up on the list. So when you're talking about what game you want to stream, don't just think because this is the most popular game, that's going to be the easiest game to grow in. It's just not true. It's never been true. It's never going to be true. It's just not true. And as far as, you know, your viewers go, I totally forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about your view count. If you do choose to leave your view count on, that's totally up to you. It's your stream, not mine. If you want to focus on your view count and you want to stress over it all the time and you want to be sad that you don't have any viewers, I used to do it. I used to be sad about it. And I'm telling you, there's a better way. But if you choose to keep the view count on anyway, if you see that 3 go to a 4 and you remember what names were in your viewer list and that other person comes in, do not ever call that person out. That person might leave and never come back. That person is not coming into your stream for you to be like, hey, hello, I see you there. Talk to me right now. That's not what, there are people that just enjoy lurking in streams. There's people that do want to come in and they instantly want to talk to you, but there are people that just want to lurk. There are people that just want to watch streams, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Those people are great. Okay, so, and you want anybody to watch your stream. You want anybody and everybody. So do not call somebody out, because if they're lurking, they might already be enjoying what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. So, you know, that's another thing that I think people do wrong a lot. Another thing is, even if you're a small streamer and you go offline, and I'm bad about this one, I'm just going to be real, I'm horrible about it. Raid, host, do these things. Do them. If you have 2 viewers and you raid somebody else with 2 viewers, that person now has 4 viewers, all right? And if they go and raid somebody that also has 4 viewers, well, that person now has 8 viewers, all right? So every view is important. You're introducing your community to other people. That introduces you to another community. Even if you've never heard of any of the person that you're raiding, just do it, because it could come back and now everybody that's watching their stream might follow you. All right, now if you raid somebody with 100 viewers with 2 viewers, they may not even acknowledge it. They may not have it turned on unless you host a raid with, like, you know, 20 or more viewers or something like that, because you can do that. But raid people your size. Find communities your size. And if you grow faster than that other community, that's fine too. If you outgrow somebody, that is okay. Then you move on and you host somebody else. You raid somebody else and you get a little bit bigger and bigger until you are at the size letting their trolls run the stream. So one thing that does is it's going to bring everybody down. If you have somebody coming in and they're obviously trolling, get rid of that person. Don't let that person chase other viewers away. Don't let that person bring down the spirit of the stream. Take that person and remove them. Time them out. You can purge what they said and say, don't say that in my chat. Don't do that here. Don't say that here. Take control. Say, this is what I expect in my chat. You can have chat rules for a reason. And if somebody breaks that rule, ban them, time them out. It's your stream. It's your chat. It's like, chat is a whole thing of its own, but they have to adhere to your rules. If you don't like something chat's doing, tell them to stop. And if they don't do it, time somebody out. The other people that are following the rules will appreciate it. 100%. If you time somebody out that isn't following the rules, then the other people that have been following the rules, let's say somebody's been watching your stream for a month. Somebody comes in and is just breaking all your chat rules. Well, that person that's been there for a month is like, man, can we get rid of this guy? Like, he's clearly violating every one of the chat rules, and it's a rule for a reason. So I'm assuming that if you make a rule, it's because something is the go-tos of Twitch trolls: race, religion, gun control, all these things that just bring the worst out of people. Any politics, you know, it just sparks a flame in people that you don't want in your Twitch chat. Unless you're a political talk show, then have at it. But I don't see very many of those on Twitch. So, you know, I think that being in control is very, very important. Establishing that, you know, these are the chat rules. Don't break them, because you'll be banned. That's what it comes down to. Do not break these rules or you will be banned. And another good way to bring people in, and let's say you are just starting out and you want to gain your very first follower. Well, I'll tell you, it's pretty hard to do, but never do follow for follow. Never, ever, ever do follow for follow. Because why do you care if somebody follows your stream if they never intend on watching it, if they never intend on hanging out? Like, they want you to watch their stream, but they don't want to watch yours. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just make good content. It's a slow grind. Just do it. Do it the right way, because then the follows are all real. They're all real follows, and they are people that enjoy being there and want to be there. All right, so we've gone over quite a few things right now. Let's see, decent cam mic. Okay, so green screen I have in parentheses, and it's not absolutely necessary. You don't have to do a green screen. I enjoy how easy it is to look at a green screen, I guess, like, because it's not something, you don't have the person, you know, and then a whole bunch of stuff blocking the game. You can see straight through the game. You know, you can have, like right now, we have our on-air studio in the background. Well, if we turn that off, we have our PlayStation, we have our game in the background. You can do so many different things though with it. You know, let's say I want to have, well, that's not working right now. Hold on. Oh, it's over there. Okay. So let's say that I want to have this like crazy laser tunnel thing in the background. I can have that, and I can just turn it off and on with a click. That's it. That's all I got to do. So, you know, you can be wherever you want to be. You can have whatever going on that you want to have. You can have a video playing in the background. You can have your game in the background. So, you know, if I go from small screen here and I'm like, all right, cool. This is our stream. You know, OBS looks crazy if you've never seen it before, but this is what it looks like when we're playing a game. We're at the bottom corner and then the game's in the background. And so then we go back to the full screen and here we are. You know, and we're in our studio, you know what I mean? So you can have so many different things just at the touch of a button. It's just so easy to change and be wherever you want to be, and not blocking anything else, not obscuring anything, not making it any harder to look at. It's just, I think that is one of the most important things that you can do. And a green screen, we got our green screen at Walmart. It's a big green piece of fabric that is literally thumbtacked to our wall. So it's not hard to green screen. Look, Google it. It's very easy to do. So I'm thinking that I've covered everything. One more thing, stream at 720 or lower if you're starting out, because right now on Twitch, if you are not a partnered Twitch streamer, which means you have to average 75 viewers, you have to stream a certain amount of days and hours per week or month or whatever, you will not be able to stream in 1080. Can't do it. You can't stream over 720 unless you're partnered. So you don't need that supercomputer to play the game and stream off of. Play the games in 720. Stream at 720. Don't overwork your computer. We streamed off a laptop for over a year. We streamed off a laptop. We just recently got a computer and it's not that great either. The laptop was honestly probably better. So, you know, but you don't have to push your computer to the limit, because you can't stream that high anyway. You can stream at 60 FPS, but you cannot stream over 720. So set your settings to 720 and just be happy with it. I would say streaming off a computer or a laptop is vital though. A lot of people do not enjoy watching console streams. Now, I don't mean playing a game on a PS4 or playing a game on an Xbox. I'm talking streaming directly from that platform, because you can't have any hotkeys. You can't have any overlays. You can't have the studio background. You can't have a green screen. You can't have any of that. And so it's a lot easier to consume a stream that is on a computer. So like, for instance, you know, if I wanted to, let's say we're playing Resident Evil, all right, because that's one that we're playing right now, and I run into Mr. X, all right, cool. Well, I have a hotkey, and it instantly is going to play the song that I want to play. And then I want to turn it back off. Bada boom, bada bing, here we are. All right, so, you know, that right there adds production value to a stream. The hotkeys add production value. And I think those are vital to your stream too. You have to be doing something that other people aren't doing. You have to be adding production value, because you want people to enjoy watching and you want people to enjoy listening. And having those things, having those hotkeys, having those things just add infinite production value to your stream, even if it doesn't feel like it maybe to you, to the viewer. How do you feel when somebody else has one of those things? You're like, man, that was pretty cool. I like that. They should do that more, you know? And they're just very good things to do. So anyway, I think now I've gone over everything. I don't see anything that I didn't touch on. guys, I do encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I think we have like 20 subscribers. We're not YouTube. We do Twitch. But if you go to twitch.tv/JDammit, I guess I hear people say that they post things in the description. I'll do that. I'll post a link to our channel in the description. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it helps you. Like I said, we're not like big time or anything, but I think that we do know how to be. And I think that if you follow the tips that I've laid out in a very convoluted order, you might want to go back and take notes. I think that you can find success on Twitch. And I think that we will too. And it's going to be fun to look back later and see how things started, the beginning videos and this video. You know, right now we're at like 1,500 followers on Twitch. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. And if you have any questions, we have a Discord. We have our Twitch chat. We have our schedule that we've laid out and all that. 8 a.m. to noon Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just follow the link in the description. Later, guys.